Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are talking about something crucial for every modern business, cybersecurity and zero trust. And to do so properly, we have got the perfect guest. He is the head of product strategy at NordLayer, working directly with the real companies, real threat, and real world implementation. Andrews, welcome. Great to have you here. What problem is NordLayer actually solving today?
So overall, we have a couple of use cases when we are talking about securing businesses. So one use case is secure internet browsing. So when you are actually accessing internet, and to prevent accessing malicious websites, and this way to prevent certain threats. Another use case is securing companies' resources, specifically digital resources. And here, comes this buzzword called ZTNA, or Zero Trust Network Access, as well. And we are helping to onboard this mindset, because Zero Trust Network Access is not only a technical solution; it's also a mindset, right? And here we are. So we are helping to protect and to utilize tools, so which actually will help not only mitigate the threats, but overall and mitigate consequences if actually threat happens.
Of course. Now, zero trust in simple word, what does really means? Because for most of the people, especially in Italy and even around the world, it's not really clear how it works. Because as you know, I'm a user, I'm working remotely, I'm connected with VPN, and bam, I'm in the company. What changed in zero trust?
So zero trust. So probably at the very beginning, we should start changing the mindset that everyone can access everything. So just making a network segmentation to prevent, if say incident is happening, so that the threat could access every data on your network, every device, every data on your network. So, and overall, if you switch your mindset at this stage, and you understand that you have to do network segmentation. So network segmentation means that only specific users can access specific resources, and then applying another measures on, let's say, VPN. So then there comes the difference in between, this technology called VPN. So it is actually, technology built for networking and for accessing resources. And then you add on top of that a regular check that this specific user using that specific device in a specific context only then can access only these specific resources. So this is, let's say, a simple definition.
Mhm.
You have to check user, you have to check device, you have to check context, and then if that user can access these resources. And sometimes, there is misconception that it creates a very big additional burden, but actually, no, it actually is done with technology, and for example, with our solution. So if you enroll our solution and you deploy our agent to devices, you make a connection, and then everything happens in the background. So to prevent, if for example, your certain credentials were leaked, right, and somebody's trying to access your resources, your company resources from a different device, so something happens suspicious. If everything is okay, so then welcome, you are ready to access these resources.
Of course. And how does NordLayer help companies move from VPN to zero trust solution?
Yeah, so specifically enabling these features and configuring network based on users, for example, right? So we have company resources, and we know that only these 5 persons can access these resources, these specifically 5 devices. So once you deploy our solution, you know that these devices gets a unique identifier, and if that device, let's say, if a user is trying to access these resources not from that specific device, so that user is blocked. Another version is if, let's say, organization knows that only these specific people are working from, let's say, France. So you are not expecting access from, I don't know, Germany or Russia or somewhere else. So you are limiting access only from the specific country. And if somebody is trying to use your device, for example, it was stolen or something like that, it was shipped somewhere away, and they are trying to access these resources, it is immediately blocked. And and you are adding more and more rules. For example, you can, if you know that only Mac OS Macs were issued to your employees, so you would not expect access from Windows or Linux or any other application. Or you understand that you cannot allow access resources from mobile devices. So you're also blocking the access from mobile devices. This way, you're adding more and more granular configuration based on sensitivity of information. Because one team can, access financial documents. Probably they are that extremely sensitive, and you would not like to disclose. So you are adding more rules and more checks in other departments, like in marketing, right? You can leave, more loose rules because you know that they are not accessing very sensitive information. So it's like an example. But overall, just having this constant check if there are no deviations from what is happening around.
I understand. Now, I have another question because a user from LinkedIn asked me about, in fact, the sensitive data, how they can be treated. I mean, how they are exposed to NordLayer, they keep safe and secret. You know what I mean? How the agent can ensure everything is safe and secure.
Not sure if I understand the question correctly.
So basically, these users told me, so basically, okay, the zero trust, not fully understand. But what I'm thinking since the beginning is how. So I mean, basically, from what I understood from you, it's you are a bridge from my laptop or my device to my company. In the middle, there is NordLayer. My data from NordLayer perspective, you can have access, you have visibility on the data or not?
No, we are not, analyzing the data itself. So we are just ensuring that this data is transferred within a secure tunnel. So how it works under the hood. So we have quite sophisticated infrastructure from VPN perspective, and users are creating gateways in the cloud, right? So we actually using bare metal servers with our own hypervisor engine, so we can get ensure the security level, so that we are, say, raising a bar from security perspective, and users are connecting to these gateways, and from that gateway there is a secure tunnel to resources or allow listing when we are talking about SaaS application. So only from that specific gateway users can access specific resources. And here it goes. So from your device, the whole traffic is in secure tunnel, reaching it gateway, and the gateway itself is just routing the traffic to the right direction and ensuring that tunnel. This is not what we are kind of inspecting the traffic itself.
Okay, I understand. It's clear. What are the biggest misconception companies still have?
Well, in current overall cyberspace, I would say digital world, I think that the biggest misconception is that the company, we are still too early, right, to adopt something like that. So we are too small, and we are not interesting for, let's say, bad actors. And understanding the whole environment and this AI explosion, and that if some time ago, so there were bad actors, the hackers, which were trying to breach specific companies, and they had very specific target, what they want to breach, and so on. So yeah, they still exist, but also they are building tools for opportunists. So opportunists, I mean, so not so technically advanced, right? And here comes, ransomware as a service, malware as a service, phishing kits, and you can buy it actually on internet, and this kind of becomes a new business model of revenue share. So you just buy the service, you know whom to attack, absolutely opportunistically, not necessarily having targeted attack, and all this AI helps to make it very personalized, tailored,
Yeah.
and companies are being attacked not because they are important, but because they are reachable, right? Because the tools and the company resources, they are simply reachable. You can
Yes.
just buy the service, start attack, share revenue, and that's it.
Yeah, nowadays with the AI, it's disaster and security. So, do the small business really need this, or it's only for the big enterprises?
Yeah, so that's what I'm trying to tell, that if earlier it was big enterprises as a target to make a targeted attack,
All right
now
then.
everyone is attacked because it is easy, and you don't need very sophisticated um, kind of technical knowledge, to be extremely tech savvy to do an attack.
And about the real world uses case, a situation where NordLayer actually the day, so you actually helps company.
So you name, so starting from secure web access use case. So we have quite sophisticated database of potentially malicious websites. So here starts all, the entry level for making your environment more secure. Because with all these phishing attacks, tailored phishing attacks, we are already helping to prevent access to these malicious websites, which might be, pixel perfect copy of your known environment, like, Microsoft 365 or Google Workspace and so on. So we already preventing this. Another use case when we are talking about network security, such as real-time and real-life examples, would be kill switch functionality. So if attack is already happening, so it doesn't allow to go any network packet out from your device instead of VPN. So this prevents accessing network, and this is not a one-time situation. When we prevented company, when we prevented the attack in a company, so that actually device was already compromised, and we were able to block the threat going to the network. And again, with device posture security, we had additional examples. Just these credentials were stolen, right? And they were trying to use from another device, so it was blocked already. So there are multiple cases, and each of the use case that we are building and providing services for our clients, actually, real world examples, and at a certain point, it hits on our product as well.
Of course. So basically, with zero trust, if I'm stealing your credential, for example, I'm trying to log in from my computer or from anywhere. The zero trust can check where I'm coming from, and then they block me immediately.
Yep.
And as you said, if instead the attack it's actually in place or something has been compromised from zero trust technology, you can stop the attack. By targeting, not like, for example, I'll go in the company and disconnect everything, so anyone is disconnected. So it can be more precise.
From zero trust network and zero trust access, or as I mentioned before, it's not kind of one technical thing. So it's about establishing multiple prevention tools throughout the journey, throughout the access to resources. And in this situation, yes, we do provide multiple levels. If we would go even deeper, so we have cloud firewall functionality, which not only accessing specific resources, but also based on port and protocol.
Okay, then I understood.
This
I
is
understood.
kind of layer on layer. Yeah.
I understood now the difference between, and just to repeat for the people they actually don't know, like myself. So basically, when I'm access with a VPN, as a normal VPN I'm using every day, I have access to the full network or part of it.
Yep.
Instead, with zero trust, each step has been checked by software or by firewall. So access, device, maybe file or database or part of the database. So everything is constantly checked.
Yep.
Okay,
and,
then.
That the window is narrowed to that specific user to map to resources.
So you are very strict in the tunnel. So you cannot just
again,
if I compromise something, I compromise, okay, point 1, but the point 2, I have another check to pass. So it become
exactly
more difficult all the time. All right, then. So that is very good.
And we are trying, to avoid this bargain to drop on employees or users' perspective. They should not feel anything if everything goes right. So if some incident happens, then it should be alerted to the organization admin, or you've been logged out.
Oh, thank you very much, because now it's clear to me as well. How the customer integrations change security in practice?
So custom integration. So there are way much more products around to check if everything is compliant. Right. So it's also antivirus systems. It's also EDR or MDRs, managed detect and response services, XDR. Right. So there are, for example, timesheets. That might be timesheets even when employees are working. There are a lot of possibilities to enhance this zero trust access part, and that might not only be on a network level but also on external systems. And what we are providing, so ability, the very simple integration part to cover this use case. So if you get an alert or trigger in any Fed system, or even in your custom system which is running in your office or somewhere else, just trigger user logout and service credential validation. Because when we are talking about the credentials being compromised, most often we are talking about authentication tokens, right, which are stolen from the system, and they do not require additional authentication by user, but you simply just using that authentication token and accessing another system. So in this situation, if any other system actually triggers an alert that something is happening, so then you are able just to disconnect user and invalidate the service credential.
Sorry about. Adrian, tell me one thing, please. What about the developers? For example, in the company where I'm working for, there is developers, no? They develop websites, software, or whatever. The zero trust can be a problem. So, I mean, because as developers, they need lots access, lots ports, lots, networks. And zero trust can be used in this kind of environment, or there is some limitation.
So actually, zero trust network is I'm talking about this securing such an environment. Because yes, for example, we have developers, but probably developers should not access financial data.
Of course.
On the other hand, if we have senior developers or infrastructure admins, they also can have an access to different resources. And for example, DevOps probably can access production databases, but regular developers can't. They should work only in development environment. And here it goes, that's zero trust network access.
Okay, then.
You have to evaluate who can access what and on which level, and then just configure products so they would prevent too broad access to these resources.
Okay, then. So from security perspective, it's clear to me. And what about performance? The users, they suffer or not?
So we are very happy with our own protocol NordLinks based on WireGuard. So it's extremely fast. I'm always bragging about this part. And specifically using this NordLinks, so you get a very slight difference in between, for example, direct access to internet and using this NordLinks. So very slight comparing to legacy protocols. That was 5 or 10 years back in time. So users are not feeling any major change.
Okay,
at least should not feel if you have quite solid connection. And
of course.
Even when we're talking about our environments and our clients actually buying our services also for performance, because if you are working in a distant country, so it is way more efficient, faster to go out from public internet to a private gateway and get to your resources, because this is a different level of network technology, and you can even sometimes increase performance.
No, yeah, of course. And how is AI changing cybersecurity realistically?
So realistically, as I mentioned before, that we are getting more and more these opportunistic attacks. That new business model of threat as a service, this part. The ability to do personalized and tailored attacks, the ability to quickly analyze the data which you receive based on after phishing attack. I can give you just a short example, right?
Of course.
So you get tailored phishing email, which says to you, look, you have to relog into your, let's say, Google Workspace. Right? You click that link, that you get into a pixel perfect copy of your known environment. You enter your credentials. And during that short period of time, then you receive that email which says, new login detected from new device. Probably you have also received these emails when you're logging.
Yeah, of course.
Logging from new device. Through that short period of time, data dump was already analyzed, and the threat understands who's your CEO, who's your colleagues, what services you are buying, from which vendors, and look, after some time you will get an email from your known vendor stating that, hey, look, we have changed our company name, and here is our new account number. Please transfer your payment to this new account, right? And of course, you should not do that. But this is how very, if previously you had to have it manually processed, so to be accurate and so on, AI helps to do that very, very fast and very tailored. So that's why I'm referring to previously said ideas that so we are getting this new threat as a service environment.
Okay, then. And if someone watching and wants to start today, what are the first two steps in concrete?
In concrete, first to step. So I'm always referring to awareness and mindset. So first of all, we have to understand that the hard part is people. So to increase their awareness, and then understand. So, as much we will increase people awareness and understanding, so they could spot ongoing attack, that there will always be incidents, and we have to implement tools which will help to prevent at least from known threats. So VPN, zero trust network access, and other similar or related solutions, for example, dark web monitoring part, when we are talking about stolen credentials and so on. So that this is happening, and you don't have to be a big company or a large enterprise so to be attacked. So then you understand this part, that the easy part is to implement all these tools which are available in the market. So probably you can start implementing, so starting from reducing the probability of incident. So it means preventing access to potentially malicious websites, antivirus, EDRs, and so on. And then introducing zero trust network access, network segmentation, to reduce the consequences of probable incident. So, and then if you will start thinking in that way, so the tools which to implement will come out and clear and become more clear after that.
Understand. All right. That's it for today's interview. And a huge thanks to you, Andrew, and the entire team of NordLayer for joining us for the interview and provide me so much insight about zero trust.
Thank you, and hope that it was useful.
Very, 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 especially the concept then at zero trust have check each step during the connection and the process, how the user access to the resources. It's a very, very clear. Thank you very much, Andrews.
Thank you.
If you want to learn more about NordLayer, how it works, real-world use cases, pricing, or how it can help your company, you will find all the useful links down in the description. Thank you for watching.